All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Velasquez Vlog Show for another episode 22. Thank you for joining the show today. And today we're gonna talk about birthdays. I wanna I wanna thank everybody for being patient, uh, for uh, for waiting for another show, another podcast. Let me tell you, it's been crazy for my end with work and selling cars and what's it called, and also with other projects. But no excuses. I'm here, and once again, I want to thank everyone for being patient and for staying tuned. Um, First and foremost, I want to thank first responders, military service members, um, and teachers and doctors, and all the staff in the private sector, not just in the military or peace officers or firemen, but also people that are making a difference in the world and that are supporting our children to live in society and to get smarter and to navigate this competitive world that we live in today. No further ado, I want to say happy birthday to all the people that are, having birthdays this week, and the people that are actually having birthdays that have been having birthdays this whole month. I haven't really done any podcast to say it, so now I'm saying it. Speaking of birthdays, my birthday was also on March 17th, so um, it was a crazy week. Even though it was spring break, the kids were out of school, and let me tell you, everyone in the house got sick. We didn't get the coronavirus or anything. If you guys worry about that, trust me, it wasn't that. Even the baby got sick, and so everyone got sick for some reason. I was the first one, and then it was the wife, and then it was the baby and the older one. But the older one didn't get really sick. I think it was just the pregnant scare. It wasn't like we got like we got a bad the baby. I'm glad that it was just a kind of like a cough and just cold symptoms. It wasn't something extreme like me and my wife and I went through. But we're okay. We're okay. Um, I want to I want to give a shout out to Samuel. He came by and he said happy birthday, and he brought me a present. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. Let me see if I can show you guys. I don't know if you guys ever seen it, but this is like the stones of knowledge and things like that from this show called Smallville. I remember I used to watch that show all the time. That was the shit for me back in the days, back in the early 2000s. I think it was between 2000 and 2011. I think they wrapped it up around that year, but don't quote me on it. I was away for a long time during that time, so for the people that are actually kept up with the show. If I'm wrong, please correct me on that. Smallville, yep. And pretty much the show was about Superman and the symbols that you saw on the stones of knowledge that were Kryptonian symbols. So, but yeah, in today's topic, I'm gonna see if I can keep this podcast short today. But yeah, like I told you guys, my birthday was a couple of weeks ago. I didn't do nothing because I was sick. Um, you know, also, I've been working on the Ethereum mine. I've been working on that, so it's coming together. It's coming along just fine. Um, it hasn't been easy. We had to stop projects because of rain and the weather, and also the electricity plants. We had to wait for the right time, the right moment to be able to get into the best price with the electricity because it's really high when it comes to mining. Um, but we finally getting into it now. So. Um, Also, the palm trees. I don't know if I talked about my palm trees last time, but I had to replace those as well um, because the other ones died from the winter storm and here in Houston, Texas, and also I also extended the fence a little bit towards the front, so I can get some room to like put the trash bins and stuff because I keep putting them in the garage. But I'll probably make some room now once I put them outside. But other than that, I don't want to talk about my personal life that much. Let's get into the topic. So, today's topic, I would like to discuss about how we, as we get older, as we progress in life, as we mature, how do we celebrate birthdays? Um, and how do we see birthdays as we get older and as we mature, as we lose and gain new friends, right? Also, as in society, depending on the social status, right? Like, you know if you're rich, if you're poor, what goals do you have when you celebrate a birthday? How do you celebrate it with your family, and how do you celebrate it with your friends? As you get older, as you mature, as you progress in society, as you move from social class to social class, or if you stay broke. Some of us just, we're not ambitious. We just like to be comfortable. We don't like to progress in life. We don't like to be bothered. We don't like responsibility, so we just keep it at a level and we just stay there, right? Oh, and by the way, I know sometimes, in my podcast, uh, I'm not really snowflake friendly. I guess my language. Oh, by the way, if you guys hear a sound in the background like drilling or hammering, it's just the person installing the fans in the back. So don't mind them. That's the sound right there. But anyways, but yeah. So this is not a snowflake um, podcast, a snowflake friendly podcast, and I want to say it ahead of time because I know a lot of people are probably expecting everybody that does podcasts to be 100% politically correct on everything, and I'm gonna tell you that there are some of us that still, see things differently, and just as you expect us to respect the way you view things, we can have our opinions. And I'm not expecting you to accept and understand and be, I guess, understanding about the language that sometimes that I use in the podcast. But it's one of those things that if I'm not myself, just think about it. If I wasn't myself in the podcast, and I never mean to offend anyone or to like hurt someone's feelings on purpose. It's just the way I think. It's just the way I express myself, and that's just the way I am because of what I've done in life. I earned my place. I done stuff. I done things in life that made me who I am, and you probably are doing things that are shaping your life, right? So, and like I said, not everybody's gonna accept who you are and who I am, but this podcast is for some individuals. This podcast will not be for some individuals. So, just be aware that if I use strong language or strong opinions about a certain group of people, certain whatever, don't take it personal. It's just that's just the way I am, and that's where I come from. And like I said, it's not gonna be um, it's not gonna be intentionally to hurt anyone or hurt a group of people or to offend. It's just the way I think, right, or the way I express myself. So, anyways, moving on. So I noticed that I remember when I was a kid, um, as I was growing up, um, I realized that, I used to have fun on birthday parties. I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to hang out with the cousins. I used to hang out with the little cousins, with the other kids, and we used to play and have a good time. Now, the adults, on the other hand, because I was a kid, right, it was hard for me to understand it at that point, or to analyze or to study what was really going on, right, in their life, how they thought, how they saw life, how they were progressing in society, and how are they making money, and if they were okay. As a kid, you don't see those things. You don't understand what's really going on. You just, okay, let's go. Your parents say let's go here, let's go there, and we go, right? But I think as we get older, as we start to experiment life a little bit as teenagers and young adults, there are different stages in life where I feel like we start to do things a little different. We begin to select our friends. We begin to do certain things. We try to not involve our parents as much, right? Because we want to get away from them as we growing up, right? So you begin to spend more time with your friends than with your family, and then I notice now that as an older individual, the people that I used to hang out, or I guess I want to say play with and socialize with growing up, I don't see them anymore. It's been years. There are some cousins that I haven't seen in years. I mean, it's like a far family. They're not even like first cousins or anything. They're just like far cousins, right? But it's still, at the end of the day, I miss those times. Where I used to socialize. I don't socialize as much now, maybe because I'm an adult, I have 1,000 responsibilities, and I'm hustling and I'm grinding in the world, right? But at the end of the day, yeah, socializing, I think it's important, and I think it's part of our culture as a humans, as to do it, right? To have a healthy emotional, psychological, mental balance, right? To continue grinding in society. Um, I come from a working poor class, so um, it's funny how as we progress in life and as we become more successful, the less people you get to socialize with, and I'm not sure why. I'm still trying to understand that. I mean, I can have my opinions on why that can happen, but I can't say that all my cousins that I grew up with I have had the same successful path as I have. Some of them haven't done much. Some of them have done more than I have. Some of them have done almost about what I have done. So everybody has been has done different things, have gone through different paths in life, and you know, I guess I mature younger than I should have. Right. Well, at the age of 20, when you have your first kid, you kind of are forced into maturing because you want to lead by example. You want to you want to do things the way that they were not done to you as a kid. I didn't have a father, right? So that's such a huge um, motivation for me not to make the same mistake with my kids, right? I want to be there. I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna fight to be there, right? At any cost, and that's not something my father did. I believe as I was around, or as I existed, right? But so as I got older, birthday parties, celebrations began to be a little boring, and that's my point of view. They're more relaxed, and right now I'm at the age where, like, that's what I want to be relaxed. But in your 20s, when you're single, and you're exploring the world, and you think you're invincible, I think that's when you want to do all kinds of crazy things. And the thing is, that's the way life is. You don't think about all this as you're living those years, right? You're thinking about having fun, and you can't, no one can stop you. You're gonna do everything you can to have fun. But once you tie the knot and you get married and you start having more kids, man, everything changes. It's like the last thing you want to do is like spend money on partying, right? And you want to use it for your family and stuff. And it's good to spend money on partying sometimes. You deserve it. You earned. You work hard. If you work hard and celebrate that birthday like you want to, like you deserve it, right? Um, so that's one of the things I noticed growing up with birthdays. As we get older, it's like they become less exciting, and they become more like goal oriented. And they become a little bit more like, okay, only the people that I really hang out with are the ones that I'm gonna try to, like. You don't even you're not even sure if you can make it happen. You just gonna try to make an attempt to see if you can bring some people together, and even on the attempt that you try to bring people together, as you get older, you realize that people are less likely to show up. um, and those are, I don't want to say it's discouraging, but you realize that how times change, how things change. What about times? That's a good point of view as well. As time changes, as times change, how about the way we see birthday parties, the way we see birthday celebrations change, right? Um, do people still take birthday celebrations serious, or it depends on who it is, or it depends on who you are? Does it depend on the social status you have? Does it depend on how much you are valued in society? How do we come approach celebrating birthdays with other individuals? Um, you know, as we move up in society, as we get older, as we get more educated, as we lose friends, as we gain friends. Um, is it? Do you guys have a hard time bringing all friends together? I know I do. Um, do I have a hard time inviting people to my house to come over and just to like kind of socialize? Yeah, I do, and the reason why is because as you get older, you realize that if there is not something a common interest in the connection you have with those individuals, people are not gonna waste their time. I think that's how people see birthdays now. It's a waste of time, and I'm not saying for as everyone because everyone thinks differently, right? But this is how I feel about the this birthday situation as we get older. If there's not a game for me to show up to a birthday, I'm not even gonna go. But it's funny how, as guys, before we get married, we do try to show up to a bachelor party, right? That one last night where, like, the person that's gonna get married, is gonna, you know, um, party, and a thousand things can happen before that day, right? On that day or on that night, right? But after that, now you know that you have to stay focused, you have to follow a certain path, that it'll be hard to get away, that it'll be hard to do certain things, and that you have to try to do things right the best way possible, right? But anyways, back to the parties, to the birthday parties, right? um so that's what I believe. I believe that as we get older, as we start earning money a certain way, and we understand that earning money becomes more difficult as we get older because it becomes more competitive, birthday parties will not be a priority. You know, I think more weddings are more committed to show for like to go and support your friends than a birthday party. Birthday parties start to become old fashioned. It starts to become old. Like, okay, it's a birthday, same shit, yada yada yada. But I like that shit. We need to escape sometimes the routine. So I think to get out of the routine, birthdays do help. Um, so why not? That's just the way I see it. But for the new generations, how do they celebrate birthdays? For the people that are in their early 20s and their teens, do they still celebrate birthdays the way we did? They still trying to sneak up and sneak out and buy alcohol on their age? As if you're 21, if you're in your 20s, how are you managing your money, how are you managing your friendships, how are you managing your education or your work, and or whatever it is that you do, right, to be able to have a birthday to celebrate when the day comes, right? So those are things, I ask myself if that has changed or is still the same, right? I think technology has evolved since I was in my teens, or since I was in my early 20s. Holy shit. I think technology can do a lot with it. Sometimes I want to unplug from the matrix, and when I mean unplug, I mean more like I want to. I want to delete all my social media. I want to just cancel everything. I just want to, if I feel like that day is coming. I feel like, because social media sometimes is very distracting, and it's more distracting than helpful. Um, yeah, I think social media can help in communicate, but it can also not help depending on how you use it, right? You got people out there that's progress in life. They don't want to see that. They want to see you fail, and that's messed up. Especially when you don't expect that from the people that you think they're your friends, so they think they're closer to you, right? um it's just crazy. So sometimes I want to unplug, take the pill and unplug for the matrix, and just get a Twitter account and just stick to my podcast. That's all I want to do sometimes. But it's good to see people progress. Like, I like to see my friends progress. I like to see them happy. I like to see them well off, I guess that's the word. Especially when they have a family, when they're working, when they're starting to have grow, whenever they start to get a house, or whenever they get a better job than they had the last year, whenever they get a college education, or whether they won the lottery, or whenever they decided to do something major in their life, that can impact them, like in a forever way, right? I try to stay away from politics, but the media is just so biased. It's so biased. It makes me a little disappointing that some people get treated a certain way than others, even though they make the same mistakes, or they probably make worse mistakes, or they probably make certain actions that they would have been judged in a different way if it would have been someone else, right? So, so in a way, the press and social media sometimes it can be a little disappointing and depressing. So I know this is supposed to be about birthdays, you know but I guess that was my personal point of view when it came to change. And even though as you get older, like right now I'm 32, and my goal is to, like, there we go, a birthday goal, right? A birthday goal. It's my goal this year was to complete to set up my Ethereum mine, so I can produce some Ethereum, and hopefully my strategy works to be able to provide for my family, right? Also, if you ask me what I want to be in 40 years, I'll tell you, in like not 40 years, I'm sorry, by the age of 40, I wanna I wanna be a millionaire, at least a millionaire by the time I'm 40 years old, right? I mean, nowadays you got kids on YouTube that are making fucking millions of dollars. So if they can do it, why the fuck I can't do it, right? And I'm not saying that YouTube is gonna pay my bills, of course, absolutely not. This is just a hobby, by the way. Speaking of hobbies, I have a friend coming, and he's been here before. Um, he's been on the show before on the podcast, and hence he's gonna come next week, and we're gonna talk about hobbies and why hobbies are important for us, and how hobbies, defined us, I guess, in a way, as a character. So I can't wait to have him in the show next week. Um, and yeah, I'm just still trying to hustle here, selling the cars. With this, if the Ethereum mine works out, I don't have to worry about selling anything anymore. And oh man, selling, it's not for everyone. Some people are just really good at selling. uh, I could be good at selling. I ain't gonna lie. Every time I put myself to something, my mind to something, I do halfway decent. I ain't gonna lie. Why lie? But I hate it. Just because I'm good at something doesn't mean I have to like it. I remember when I was in the military. Jesus, like I was cooking. I had to wake up at 2 in the morning, and fucking, I had to go to sleep at fucking 2000, because that's at the time sometimes we had to get out from the fucking chow hall. It was retarded, man. It was ridiculous. Jesus Christ. I hated my life, and it's not what I wanted. From the moment they told me I was gonna do that, I knew I wasn't gonna have a good time, because that's the last thing I wanted to do. But I got good at it. I got good at cooking. I learned it because I'm a good worker. I'm a good individual. I'm not gonna do a half-ass job. I'm not gonna do a piss poor job. Just for others to put me somewhere else. Like, that's not how I perform. So I make the best out of the situation, and every time, even if it's not where I want to be or what I want to do, it's not gonna last forever. So, but yeah, but this selling stuff, oh man, it's been crazy in these last few years. But selling personal training sessions, selling cars, selling this, selling that. It gets tiring, because you gotta depend on selling to pay your bills. I wish my actions were just my like the thing is, like, when you have money, when you have savings, when you have access to money, it just facilitates others or opportunities. You don't have to worry about selling. You can do other things. And when those opportunities come, you have to go ahead and take them and use that money, invest it, believe in it, risk. There's always risk, and that's what you learn as you get older. You risk for success. If you don't risk, you're not gonna succeed. If you're not gonna get out of your comfort zone, you're not gonna succeed. I've been out of my comfort zone mostly of my entire life, but I'm starting to turn that around. And graduating from school, finishing certain things, it has all been part of the process, but that has not guaranteed my moves. I have to guarantee my moves. I have to guarantee my actions. I have to guarantee my seat on the table. I have to guarantee that I'm able to provide. I'm not gonna depend on a college degree to give me that job I want, or because I'm educated. I'm gonna get that job. I'm gonna. These guys have to give me a job, because no, 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 no. A college degree is not gonna be enough. You have to be competitive. You have to have experience. You have to gain experience because that's the only way you're gonna be able to um, succeed in this competitive environment. Um, Sticking going back to the birthday parties here. So, guys, if you want to comment, if you want to, send me a message about how you guys celebrate birthdays, or what have you noticed as you got older after each birthday, what has changed, what is going to change, what you want to change, right? Those are things, that as we get older, we forget to notice because we're just so busy paying bills. We're so busy with school. We're so busy with our relationships, or we're so busy with having kids or whatever, right? So um, sometimes it's good to take a moment, think about what have I done, what have I been through, what has been going on in my life, what would I like to change in my life, and then be happy. I think when we celebrate birthdays, I think it's a celebration of life. I know a lot of people when they mention celebration of life is when someone dies. Uh, I'm gonna have to disagree on this one. When you celebrate life, you gotta celebrate it when you're alive, right? Because how you gonna celebrate life? Someone else is celebrating a life that you had when you die. So you need to celebrate life as you get older, as you become successful, as you have another year of to be above ground. Um, so and I want to, and trust me, like I tell my wife, and I feel sorry for her sometimes because I tell my wife, oh, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to do anything. I just want to be in peace. I just want to be left alone. I just want to be in a quiet place. But I need to stop being like that. Stop being a little stubborn because I think I need to get out and recharge batteries. So I'm gonna see if I can plan this weekend to go with her somewhere. We're gonna celebrate my birthday 2 weeks later, and a birthday is like a criminal case. As you extend your celebration, the trail gets colder, right? It becomes harder to get all the pieces right. It gets harder to leave the momentum, right? So we're gonna try to celebrate this birthday, dead or alive, or somehow, some way, just get away from the routine. Oh man, just trying to do something else, just tired of the routine. And also I got sick, so that really didn't help. And then everybody got sick, so that just why it was the worst birthday ever. But you know what? I can always make up for it, so no big deal. I can always try to treat myself with something, so I know I worked hard, so why not, right? And you guys should be this to do the same, don't take every birthday lightly. A lot of people are not around to celebrate their next birthday, young or old. You know, um, well, I hope you guys got your stimulus check. I hope you guys enjoy it. You guys can do whatever you want to do with it. Free money. It sucks in a way, in my opinion, because that just makes things get more expensive. Gas probably gonna go expensive soon. Things are already going expensive, but I tell you what's not going expensive. It's labor. Oh man, labor. People are trying to push that $15 hour wage. Imagine if they did that. Excuse me. Oh man. Anyways, yeah. Um, just imagine if they did that. How much you'll be paying for a gallon of milk or a gallon of gas? I mean, I'm up for ideas. To help society. Financially and stuff. But some things worry me because the people that benefit from all this is always the rich people. It's always the people that are in the millions, billions, trillions, right? Those are the people that will benefit from any decisions that will hurt the poor guy. Okay, so let's not always hope for government assistance because that does not come without a price to pay, and we all gonna pay it somehow, some way. Higher tax, higher price, higher uh, um, property tax, or how housing is going up. So you know how we're gonna do that. What do you think housing is going up for? Because somehow, some way, we need to pay these stimulus checks, right? So housing is going up, so we're gonna pay more taxes. And for the people that own a house, of course, if you rent, as a matter of fact, I heard that if housing goes up, rent goes down. So if you want to rent, you're probably not gonna pay too much. So, but if you want to buy a house, it becomes more competitive, and it becomes more difficult to own a house, because they're making it hard on individuals that are barely making it in society. So for the people that are trying to get a house, I hope you guys do. And for the people that don't want a house, I don't blame you. It's a lot of responsibility. It's a headache. There's a lot of requirements that you gotta meet, that you probably could meet. But the thing is, like, we're all not educated to be prepared for a house. We go to school. We're young. We want to get a car. We want to get our own apartment. We want to go to school. We want to get in debt. We get in debt. Guess what? You got a lot of debt for a lot of years. You try to get a house. These guys ain't gonna let you get a house, because you're making good money. But guess what? These guys have this formula where, like, if you're making good money, it doesn't mean shit. You still gotta be. There's a criteria. In other words, if you have $6,000 of monthly expenses, you gotta be making at least 18,000 to 15,000 at least, in order for them to consider you for a loan, because they have this 1/3 ratio, 2/3 ratio, where, like, okay, if you have this, you better be making this. So let me tell you guys, if you want to get a house, for the young, this is for the young generation, and I know for the older people that have been through it already, they don't give a fuck. But for the people that are trying to do things smart, and they're trying to do things right, stay out of debt as long as you can until you get the house. Don't get a car yet. Be patient. If they deny you, find out why, and try again whenever you have um, fixed that issue why you weren't approved the first time. Never quit, never give up. Uh, Never, never quit. I tell people, never give up, man, because um, I have had it hard at times, and if I would have quit it, I would have never got done, or I would have never obtained what I have today. And the first battle, second battle, third battle, fourth battle, and until you succeed. Um, Going to college taught me that I had opportunities to make up for my failures, but in real life, you don't have many chances. It's just reality. In school, I remember that in about 4 or 5 classes that I took in college, I failed my first exam, and I failed badly, below F, like below F. It was ridiculous. Not the type of student that I am or reflect, right? But hey, you know what others? Okay, guess what other motherfuckers did though? They um they quit. Oh, this teacher sucks. They were like, oh, I'm gonna take another class. I'm gonna what's it called? How do you man? I can't believe I just graduated like last year too. I'm gonna get out of this class. Let's just keep it like that. We're gonna get out of this class and try to get into another one, or I'm gonna take a next semester with another professor. So they quit it. They let that first exam dictate the outcome of their semester. And for me, I had no choice. Every time, if I would have ever done that in any of my classes, I would have been a semester behind every time. So I couldn't afford. So you know what? I took that 36, that 25 that I got on the first exam, and I was just hoping to at least get a 70 on the next one. If I just got 70s until I finished the semester, I knew I would have had a C at least by the time by the time I finished the semester. And you know what? On those classes, believe it or not, that I failed those exams, nothing came below a B. I think the B was the lowest grade I got in any of those classes that I failed on those exams for the first on those first exams. It was crazy. It was just school challenged you to survive in a way. I guess I saw it that way because I went when I was old. I didn't go when I was 18, 17, 19. Uh, I wasn't doing that during that time. I was in the military when I was young. Um, so yeah, just don't quit. Birthdays, use them to your advantage. Celebrate your birthdays. Have fun. Uh, be responsible and have fun with it. Try to celebrate with the right people that you can take care of, or they can take care of you if anything goes wrong, right? Um, Life is hard. I know. It gets tougher. I get it. I'm going through it as well. We're all been there. You're gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. I've been there. So for the people that haven't been there, whenever you face challenges, whenever people don't want to be in your life, whenever you don't want to be in someone else's life, it's totally normal. It's understandable. And if you invite people to go for a to come to your birthday party and they don't show up, don't take it personal. It's just priorities. Life can get like that as you get older. It hurt. You're hurt. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, you're human, right? You're gonna be like, damn, that guy didn't come, man. I thought he was gonna come to my birthday party. I thought he was gonna come to my baby shower. I thought he was my boy. It happens. It happens. So but don't take it personal. Like I told you, like I told everyone earlier, we prioritize birthday parties, we prioritize birthday invitations, right? We prioritize celebrations, right? What celebration should I go to out of all these, right? Because we get busy. We want to rest, and also we need to have a common interest. I need to have some kind of gain out of this celebration in order for me to show up, right? So yeah, it happens, man. Well, you know, other than that, I want to apologize. I don't want to apologize. Fuck that. You know what? No. I please just excuse. Actually, no, don't even excuse. You know what? I got busy. It was a hard. I had a hard time getting into the mic, into the cameras. Um, but you guys, I just hope you guys are understanding. That remember, I do this as a hobby. This is not something I use to pay my bills, and I enjoy it. I love it. I love what's it called? Talking to you guys. I love sharing my way of thought. Um, I love hearing from you guys. And if you guys have a topic you guys want me to talk about one day, let me know and we'll discuss it. Somebody told me to discuss a topic about kids with disabilities and how the world sees them and how the world treats them. That's a very good topic I would like to talk about one day. Now, this guy doesn't speak English, so it's gonna be kind of hard. I'm gonna try to see if I can do it on both languages. I don't mind doing it on both languages, but it is time consuming. Podcasting is not something easy to do. It does take time to prepare. It takes time to set up. It takes time to do equipment check. So we're talking about a 2 to 3 hour kind of project. That's if everything is on point, because you want to do everything perfect. Um, so just I'm just glad that you guys are here tuned in into the podcast. We're reaching almost our 1 year anniversary. I believe it's in June, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I'm gonna try my best not to unplug from the matrix. But if you hear me say, you know what, fuck it, I'm unplugging, just know, like, I'm still gonna keep my podcast. I might open a Twitter account just to stay in touch with the audience, and that's about it. Social media is full of bullies. Social media is full of people who want to see you down, who want to cause you emotional and psychological and mental I guess I can say damage. Stress. I guess stress. That's the word. Damage is a little too on top. There are people who are gonna try to tell you how to do what you like. Like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. You know what? I'm doing this shit because I like it. You're learning as you go. Nobody's perfect. If they are really good at it, why the fuck don't they do it? I hate when people suggest something and they haven't even fucking tried it, So if you're gonna suggest something, you better have fucking tried it, because I will never, like, if somebody asks my opinion about something, if I'll be honest, like, look, I never been there, but if you want my opinion, this is what I'll say. But at least I'll say I never done it, because I would hate to give someone an advice if I never fucking done it. It just grinds my gears, when someone tries to tell me how to do something and they never fucking done it. Just because you've seen it doesn't mean you've been in it. Yeah, good. It's called in the military, it's called good initiative, bad judgment. It's when you think you're trying to help but you're really doing the opposite. So Yeah, and you're gonna learn that as you get older. As or people are gonna try to tell you how to live your life. I'm like, fuck that. I'm the only one that knows how my life is, and that's how I'm gonna do it. And that's not me trying to be ungrateful or unappreciative. I appreciate the feedback, from individuals, but if they're just telling you all, like, they don't even watch your shit, they don't even like your shit, they don't even like your shit, like they don't even post anything, they don't even support your shit, and they want to tell you how to run your shit. Come on, man, for real, man. What's the matter with you, man? Oh man. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the show. Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. Like I said, you guys got any topics you would like me to discuss, or if you want to be part of the podcast, if you want to come into the studio and you want to discuss a topic with me and the audience, by all means, you're more than welcome to come. And that's all I have. You guys take care. Have a good week. Uh, wow, March 30 already. Wow, third month. We're about to go into the fourth. And if you guys are into crypto, you can always donate into the show with crypto. I accept Bitcoin, I accept Ethereum, I accept Dogecoin, I accept Cardano. Anything helps, it's just for the show, it's for the good cause. So it's not this is not out of charity or anything. Which, I don't even know how to say that word. That's crazy, man. Charity, there we go, charity. I still fucked it up. Oh well, too bad. um you guys take care, be safe, take care of one another, and I'll see you guys next week. Take care.